They say karma never forgets. It may arrive late, but it never loses its way. Some call it fate, some call it justice. But for those who have lived through it, it's a lesson written in pain and truth. Have you ever hurt someone and thought time would erase it? Or maybe you were the one who got hurt, waiting for the universe to make things right. Either way, karma doesn't rush. It watches, it waits, and it teaches. This story is not about revenge. It's about awakening. A man who had everything, lost it all, and a man who had nothing, found peace beyond gold. Stay with me, because once you hear this story, you'll understand that no action, good or bad, ever disappears. It always returns. Sometimes as pain, sometimes as light, but it always comes back. In the heart of that village lived a man named Liang, rich, respected, and feared. He owned half the land, half the people's debt, and almost all of their silence. But pride, when it grows too big, blinds you from the truth that no throne stands forever. One afternoon, a poor farmer accidentally spills a sack of rice in front of Liang's store. Liang shouts, "Do you know how much this costs, old fool? Get out of my sight." The old farmer kneels, picking up the grains one by one. He doesn't argue. He just looks up and says quietly, "Gold fades, Master Liang." But the heart remembers Liang laughed. He thought the old man was just another fool. He had no idea. Those words were the first ripple of his fall. Night, thunder, a lightning strike sets Liang's warehouse ablaze. His workers run, none stay to help. Liang screams, "Help me! Save the goods!" But no one comes, because fear can make people obey, but never care. In one night, his wealth turned to ash. The man who looked down on everyone was now smaller than the dust he stood on. Days later, Liang wanders weak and starving through the forest. Rain falls. He collapses near a small wooden hut. The door opens. It's the same farmer. The man he once humiliated offered him shelter, food, silence, not revenge, mercy. Liang, after what I did to you, why help me, farmer? Because hatred only grows pain. But kindness, that's how the cycle ends. For the first time in his life, Liang didn't feel like a master. He felt human. The world had stripped him of everything, and somehow that was the greatest gift. For the first time, Liang worked not for profit, but for peace. People began to whisper, "The cruel merchant has changed." Not because life broke him, but because kindness rebuilt him. Years later, the farmer lies on his bed, weak and pale. Liang sits beside him, holding his hand. "Liang, you gave me back my soul. How do I ever repay you?" Farmer, smiling faintly. "Live kindly, that's enough." The old man passed peacefully that night, but his spirit didn't fade. It lived in every act of good Liang did after. That's the secret of karma. It doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to wake you up. Years passed, and the man once feared became the man people trusted most. Not because he prayed harder or spoke wiser, but because he finally understood what it means to be human. He realized karma was never his enemy. It was his mirror. Every pain he caused, every loss he faced, was simply life reflecting his own choices back to him. Not to punish him, but to awaken him. That's the thing about karma. It doesn't come wrapped in thunder and lightning. It comes quietly, in moments that humble you, in faces that forgive you, in the silence that forces you to see yourself clearly. You see, everyone you meet is fighting their own unseen battle. So before you judge, before you point a finger, pause. Ask yourself, what if I'd lived their story? Maybe that's what karma really wants. Not revenge, but understanding. Not balance through pain, but through compassion. The truth is simple. What you give, you get. What you plant, grows. And one day, you'll sit beneath the shade of the very seeds you once sowed, whether they were of kindness or cruelty. So remember, the universe isn't here to punish you. It's here to teach you. And once you understand that, you'll stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this trying to show me?